honey, welcome to my channel Design by Ida. My name is Teresa. I'm a professional fashion designer. And in this video, I'm going to teach you 15 ways that you can become a better fashion designer. 15 ways for you to sharpen your skills and become better, stronger, more confident in fashion design. So here we go. Number 1, I want you to study fabrics. And if you watched my other videos, you may be tired of me saying that, but it's so important. And as fashion designers, we tend to get stuck. And I'm guilty of this, I know. I get stuck. I tend to use the same fabrics over and over and over again because as a fashion designer, I have worked with many different fabrics over many years. And I have found some fabrics that perform better than others. And so I tend to just always choose those fabrics because I know those fabrics are durable and they keep the color for a long time and they are waterproof and breathable and whatever I need, right? And of course, it's good to have experience and it's good to know that you have some good fabrics that you have used before and you trust that those fabrics will perform well in your new designs as well. But also it's good to research new fabrics because there are so many fabrics out there and there might be so many great fabrics for you to use for your designs and your segment that you haven't even noticed yet. And I want you to pay especially attention to eco-friendly fabrics because let's face it, eco-friendly fabrics are becoming more and more important and you need to find alternatives to fabrics that have high water usage, and a lot of chemicals, and just you need to find better alternatives that are better for the environment. So be sure to study that, and maybe you will discover some amazing new fabrics that you haven't tried before. And maybe when you start using them and dyeing them and printing with them, and you will see that they are just perfect for what you are designing. Okay, so research fabrics. That's number 1. Second, I want you to study art because as designers, we sometimes tend to forget the basics of art and design, the composition, the balance, the ratios. What is attractive to us? What makes a garment balanced? If you have sometimes a small pop of color can be really, really beautiful and really just make the garment so much more aesthetically pleasing and it will make us want to buy that garment. But if there's too much of it, we may be put off and say, ooh, no, it's too much, right? So there's always a balance of like not enough, too much, what's attractive, right? So by studying art and composition, you can learn a lot about that and you can use that in your designs. So that's number 2. Number 3, I want you to learn new skills. As a fashion designer, you need to always be ready to learn new things. So if you are great at sketching and designing, but you don't know how to sew, maybe take a sewing class and learn more about sewing. Learn about the different seams, learn about the different techniques for making the hems or whatever it might be, right? So learn new skills like sewing, knitting, pattern making, dyeing, printing, crochet, embellishments. So much to learn. Fashion is like very, very wide. And the more skills you have, the better designer you will be. Because the more you know about how a garment is made, how it's put together, the more creative you can be and you can push the boundaries and you can find new solutions and you can create better products. Okay? So that leads me to the next one, which is find good solutions. How can you take a best-selling item and make it brand new and even better? How can you make a pair of pants that have been selling like crazy for many, many years? How can you improve them and make them even better, even more relevant for right now? Because maybe they are great pants, but maybe they are great pants, but maybe they were designed 10 years ago and maybe there are new fabrics that you can use now or new ways of constructing the pockets, or maybe there is just something that you can do to make it even better and to make it improved and fresh and new. And always consider problems. If you have a jacket that you love to wear, but whenever it's windy, the hood keeps blowing off, and then you need to think about what you can do to that hood to improve it, to make it stay in place even when it's super windy outside. Okay, so always consider problems and how you can solve them with your designs. So be smart, think of solutions. Okay? Next thing, I want you to always sketch. Now, I usually design on the computer, so I draw everything on the computer, but I do know how to sketch. And sketching is something you need to practice all the time so that you can sketch something fast and clearly. So when I'm traveling, I might be on a train or going from the airport to the factory or somewhere. I'll be moving and I'll see something and I really like the composition or the color combination or something, a detail, whatever it might be. And I want to be able to sketch that down fast before I moved away from it or before I forgot what it looked like. Okay? So being able to sketch fast is really great for me when I'm traveling. Also, when I wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning, and sometimes this has happened, like I have dreamt about a really, really great design. And I want to sketch it down fast before I forget what it looked like. Because a lot of times I'm like, okay, I'll draw it later. Right now I just have to get to work, right? Big mistake. Because when you've just woken up, you need to like get it on paper, get your ideas on paper fast before you forget about them. So that's one thing. And then also in meetings. I am in meetings all day long with the brands I'm designing for, with buyers, with customers, with so many people with opinions. And sometimes I have an idea, I have a solution for a problem or something. And in order to show it to them clearly, I need to be able to sketch it fast and make it very clear and easy to understand for people who aren't fashion designers like me. Okay, so sketching, improve your sketching skills. They will come in handy all the time. Okay, so, and the next tip is I want you to be a smart designer. I want you to design things that look amazing, attractive garments that people will want to buy and want to wear, but I want the garments to be practical as well. So don't make a sweater that looks so beautiful, but then when you put it on, it's like it's too tight around the neck, or it's itching, or like the seams are just hurting you on the inside, or something like that. So be practical with your designs. Make them look amazing, but let them also be smart and practical for the wearer, because you want the customers to love that garment and wear the garment all the time, right? Next tip, I want you to research new developments. There's always new technology coming out. There's always new fabrics coming out, new ways of printing, new ways of putting garments together, new machines, new developments. There's so much happening all the time, and you want to stay updated on this because it can help you be more creative. It can help you solve a problem. Maybe you had an idea 5 years ago, but there was no way to actually implement that idea and make it into production. Maybe it's possible now. Maybe with the new developments, it's possible to make your idea a reality and put it into production, right? So always stay updated on new tech, new things happening, okay? And now I want you to study colors. Color theory is so powerful. And you as a designer, this is one of your skills. This is one of your tools. And I want you to master it. So I want you to understand how the different colors affect us, how certain colors make us agitated and angry, and certain colors make us calm. Some colors are, like happy, vibrant colors, and some are very soothing and maybe even depressing. Their colors affect our mood, and you want to hit the mood of your customers so they will be attracted to buy the garments they are designing, right? So just know color theory, know how we are affected by the colors, and how you can combine certain colors to achieve the mood you're going for, the appeal you're going for. Okay? And then I want you to practice presenting your designs. By that, I mean, I want you to practice verbally presenting your designs, being confident, being able to present your designs in front of a lot of people or in front of a camera or on social media or whatever. I want you to be able to talk about your designs in a clear, confident, professional way. I want you to be able to write about your designs. Let's say you're showing your designs at Fashion Week and you have to write a small text about you as a designer and about the collection you have made. So you want to be able to write great, descriptive, professional, appealing texts about your designs. Also, if you're working in a small company, you may be the one who's working on the sales catalog and the texts that are going on the websites where people are going to buy the garments, right? So you want to be able to describe the garment to make buyers want to buy the garments, okay? So verbally and in writing, you want to be able to describe the garments well and also visually. The visual presentation of your garments, your designs, is critical. If you're applying for a job, then you're going to be presenting a portfolio. And if you are working for a brand or you're hired as a fashion designer somewhere, then you're going to be presenting your designs all the time, right? To your boss, to the buyers, to the customers. You want to be able to present them well. You are a professional fashion designer. Make your presentations look professional, clean, clear, easy to understand. And remember that you as a fashion designer, you can envision different things. You can imagine what this will look like in this fabric, but others don't have this skill oftentimes. And so you need to make your design presentation as close to the actual garment as possible. Okay, so use gradients, use textures, use whatever you can to make your designs look as realistic as possible. Okay? And then I want you to get feedback from others. How can you get better? By knowing what you're good at and what you're not so good at. So get feedback from buyers, from customers, and from other designers. Don't be afraid of criticism. Criticism can make you better, okay? So just don't take it personal. Don't get sad. Don't start crying. Just listen to what people are telling you and find ways you can improve your weaknesses and become a better designer, right? So if you're not so good at colors, study colors and practice getting really great color combinations that will be appealing to the buyers and the customers, and that will sell like crazy. Okay? So get feedback. And then I want you to collect inspiration, because sometimes you're out and about and you see something that's just looks beautiful to you. And maybe it's the composition, maybe it's the balance, maybe it's the different textures, maybe it's the color combination, maybe it's the fabric itself, maybe it's the print and the embroidery and the embellishment combined. I don't know what it is, but take a picture of it with your phone, write it down, sketch it, whatever it is, just collect inspiration. Because the day will come when you are designing something and you have a deadline and you get stuck and you don't know what to do and you are struggling to find inspiration. So you want to have like a collection of inspiration in a folder on your computer or in a book or wherever. Just have a place where you can go when you get stuck, where you have collected inspiration throughout your career. And yeah, just have a place where you can go to find inspiration when you get stuck. Collect inspiration always and save it for a rainy day, okay? And now I want you to challenge yourself. So what are some things that you really hate designing? Maybe you hate designing shoes or jeans or dresses or underwear or whatever it is. I want you to go to the things that you really hate designing, and then I want you to practice designing those. And if you hate sketching, then I want you to sketch like crazy. If you hate working on the computer and trying to design something in Adobe Illustrator, then I want you to practice doing that. And I want you to challenge yourself. And if you're a freelance designer and you have no assignments right now and you're just like dying on the inside and you have no one to design for, then I want you to imagine someone you want to design for calling you up and asking you to design for them. So you can imagine Armani calling you and then asking you to design Spring Summer 21 collection for them. So what would that look like? Start working. Research fabrics, research colors and trends, and start working on designing that and just practice. Just make believe. What if Disney called? Make a new Mickey Mouse collection, okay? What would that look like? So just challenge yourself and practice designing different things, and even the things that you hate. Just attack and practice and get better, okay? Okay, I want you to go to stores and study the garments. Look at how the pockets are made. Look at the zippers. Look at the zipper pullers. Look at the hood. Look at the practical functions of the garments. Look at the inside. Look at the different seams, the hems. Study the garments. Maybe you will find something that you really love and that you haven't seen before and that you can use in your designs. So it's a way to get inspired and also learn about different solutions and different fabrics and different seams and just so much. So go to stores, look at the clothes, pay attention also to what fabrics the designers have chosen. How much does that garment cost? What is the fabric composition? Is it eco-friendly? Just study the garments. It will help you, okay? And then I want you to practice spotting trends and really catching trends coming in and trying to predict the future, and how you can design something for next year that's going to be very on trend, very appealing to the buyer, just spot on. It's going to sell like crazy, right? I've made a video on this. I will link to it below so you can watch that. And spotting trends it's a skill, and it's something that you get better at with experience. A way to get better is by studying fashion history, studying the trends of like the last century. Fashion kind of moves like this, so it can go from very feminine trends to very masculine trends to very androgynous trends to very minimal to very maximum, like all kinds of things on one garment. So study fashion history and like the different waves that fashion goes through, because then you can remember that. So when you see the 70s trends happening all around you, then you can remember, okay, so after the 70s trends, what came next? Because a lot of times fashion follows the same pattern. Not always, but a lot of times it does. So it's good to know. And then I want you to study the fit of the garments. If you're a fashion designer like me and you've been working designing clothes for a long time, then you probably have a lot of measurement charts on your computer. So for me, for example, I have designed t-shirts for 14 years, right? Now, t-shirts had a different fit 14 years ago than they do today, right? And fashion is always changing, so you need to always stay updated on the fit of the garments that are appealing to customers right now. So maybe a few years ago, people wanted really short fitted t-shirts, and maybe now they want unisex, wide, big t-shirts. Maybe short sleeves, like super short, like just capped sleeves were very appealing one season. And then next season, people want like 3/4 length sleeves. Things change all the time. And same as with the trends, the fit always changes, and you need to always stay updated and keep improving and changing your measurement charts to stay up to date, okay? So check the fit. Are there high waist jeans coming out? What are those measurements like? Improve your measurement charts, okay? And there you have it. These are 15 ways that you can improve your skills as a fashion designer and become a better designer. And the more you learn, the more skills you learn, the better you are at sketching, at knowing different fabrics, at sewing, at, just the more you know, the better designer you will be, and the more creative you can be, because you know what's possible, what's not possible, and what's possible now that wasn't possible 10 years ago. And, just keep learning, keep sharpening your skills, and become a better fashion designer, and you will be more successful. So there you have it, 15 ways that you can become a better fashion designer. If you liked this video and found it helpful, make sure you hit the like button, share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. I post new videos every single week, sharing my fashion secrets and my fashion experience with you. So thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.